everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about a few different things. I have had some things going on in my critter room that I haven't told you about, and so I would like to go ahead and tell you about them. The first thing I would like to talk about is my Pacman frog Merlin, and if you follow my Instagram you would know and be aware that he has red leg syndrome, which is caused by a bacterial and or fungal infection. Now, I believe that due to the soil that I was using and not changing it out enough, with that said, I did not change his substrate enough and the bacteria built up, and that is how he got his infection. I will say that I was not aware that I needed to change the substrate as often as I should, and I have made changes ever since he has gotten sick. And in those ways, I invested in a new substrate for my Pacman frogs, which is 100% peat moss and was recommended to me by a friend. And so now I have them on 100% peat moss. Well, I have Xena on the peat moss right now. Merlin is still on paper towels because he is still healing from his infection. I also am changing water dishes every single day. That was something that I wasn't doing as well. I was changing it like every other day to every 2 days. So now I am changing my Gecko's water dishes and my frog's water dishes every single day except on Sundays. I just kind of gave that to me as a day off. And so also I'm doing more cleaning in the critter room just to make sure everything is staying nice and clean and fresh for everyone. So Merlin is recovering. He is getting better. I have used a few different products that were provided to me by a friend, but here's kind of like a little story of how I found out that Merlin had red leg. So I was checking on him. So first of all, he stopped eating one day, and it was unusual because I only fed him one roach, and usually he will take, if he's not a fan of the roaches, so sometimes he won't take them again after I feed them to him. He almost like acts like I just tricked him into eating his vegetables. So I thought he was just being picky, and so I went and got him pinky mice, frozen pinky mice. It's the one thing that he cannot resist, and so when I offered it to him 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, he did not eat it. He didn't even try to bite at it. So I definitely knew that there was something wrong with him, that he was sick. So I took him out of the enclosure and I checked him over, and I will insert a picture here and show you what I found. And as you can see, his legs were all red and just looked really inflamed. And so that kind of pointed to me to the symptoms that I had noticed that he was experiencing, which was not eating, lethargy. He wasn't moving around his enclosure like usual. He wasn't burrowing into the dirt as well. I noticed that he was like standing like up above the ground a lot more often. And so after I found the red leg on him and found out that he was sick, I immediately took a part of his enclosure. I cleaned it out. I cleaned everything that was in the enclosure. I did remove all of the leaf litter because that's just too much extra cleaning, and because the leaves are always wet, I just felt like bacteria could still build up on those. So I just tossed the leaf litter that was in there. I kept his magnolia leaves because those are his favorite and he loves to like lounge around on them. So what I've been just doing with those is cleaning them and sterilizing them. I sterilized them first just as the initial, and then now I just go in and rinse them off with warm water every time that I notice like he's been on them, or just in general. And also I have been doing enclosure changes every single day, twice a day. So I go in and I remove the paper towels that he was on last night. I will go in with a vinegar, a white vinegar I use, and mix it with a little bit of, no, I don't use alcohol with him, but I just use a little bit of distilled vinegar, and I put it on a paper towel and I wipe down the perimeter of his enclosure. And then I'll go in with 2 more wet paper towels, which is regular water, and I will like clean out the vinegar and then dry it out, make sure it doesn't smell of vinegar, that there wasn't anything left behind, and that all the bacteria that could have been in his enclosure from the night before is gone. So I take the leaves out and I take his little pothos plant out and I set it aside. I clean his water dish and then I put fresh paper towel down, fresh water dish, and then I put his decor back in because he needs something to hide in and feel comfortable. So that is just what I've been doing with Merlin. I don't feel comfortable listing the products that my friend suggested to me just because I don't want the trolls to come for me because I didn't take my frog to the vet, and I instead relied on my friends to help me with this issue. Now, the reason why I did not want to take Merlin to a vet is because this is a bacterial infection, and because they are common for Pacman frogs to get, I would have rather learned how to help him at home when he gets these, or my other frog, Xena, when she gets these, so that I have the supplies and I'm prepared every time. So I also watched YouTube videos of people with their Pacman frogs taking them to the vet, saying they had red leg, and cost them a good $200 and for the vet to send them home with stuff for them to soak in. So luckily I have really great friends on the internet. Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much for getting me in touch with Cold-Blooded Distractions, which Cold-Blooded Distractions is the one that I have gone to help me with this situation. She keeps tons and tons of different kinds of frogs and even has her own Pacman frog named Chaz. So thank you guys so much for all of your love, help, and support, and everybody on my Instagram that was sending me wishes and love and support and wishing Merlin well. All your prayers and all your wishes are coming true because he is back on track to be healthy again, and he still hasn't eaten anything yet, but we're getting there one day at a time. So I'm just continuing to do his soak once a day, and then I spray him with an antiseptic spray twice a day, and then I even just got today aloe vera leaves, and I'm gonna I properly soaked them. I cut the spines off and I cut the root of the aloe vera off so that all of that toxic poisonous stuff it's gonna soak in a bin overnight for 24 hours, and then I'll scoop it out of the aloe vera and then put it in a little container and then just set him in the container for it to just get all over his body, and then take him out and put him back in his enclosure. So that is what's going on with my Pacman frog, just in case all of you guys were wondering. So in regards to Merlin getting sick, I have new peat moss, and I've already changed Xena's enclosure out of her old soil, which I was using Repti soil, and I changed it out with that 100% peat moss, in which that stuff has a higher pH level and making it more sterile. So I'll be able to use this substrate for at least a month, but making sure that I rotate it at least once a week so that my frogs aren't sitting in their pee, which I didn't think that they would do. I thought they were a little bit more cleanly than that, but nope. Alright, the second thing I would like to talk about, actually I think I'm just gonna go get him and I'm gonna show you him and then we're gonna talk about him. Okay guys, so I have my new friend here. This is my new crested gecko, Spyro. He currently is not fired up, but he is a quad stripe Dalmatian. And where he gets the quad stripe from is these little stripes that go up his dorsal backside. But he is a very good boy, and I was not expecting to bring him home, so thank you to my hubby for getting him for me and allowing me to keep him, because he's just the most gorgeous, handsome boy ever. Please don't tell Jinx I said that. But as you can see, he's got all those cute little spots on his little face, and he's got cute little lavender eyes, and he's just so much calmer than Jinx. I mean, I understand that Jinx is an adult male and does not like to hang out with mommy the way this Spyro will just hang out with me. My throat keeps getting dry. But yeah, this is my new little baby, my new little son. My pets are my kids, so they're super spoiled. But he's such a good boy. Such a good boy. Look at the chihuahua. He's such a good boy. Man, that is Mr. Spy. And yes, he is named after the dragon Spyro from like the 2000s. If you guys ever played that game, that's where I got his name from. But yeah, he's a good boy. He's not fired up right now, just so you guys know. He has fired down. But that is my cute little handsome boy and my newest addition. And I will show you guys in this video how I set up his enclosure. It is not done. It still needs quite a few different plants that I would like to put in there and some extra tree branches that he can climb on, which I'm hoping to find around the neighborhood, to be honest, because I am tired of paying for cork bark. So, and he does have a cork bark in there, but he just needs some more sticks and branches, big branches to crawl around on, just like Jinx does. So yeah, this is my new baby, and I still haven't figured out which Pangea flavor he likes yet. So when I do find out, I will let you guys know. Come on. You see how we pick him up? Here you go. Say bye, buddy. Alright, we're gonna go put him back in his bedroom because I woke him up from his nap. And I usually don't. And also, by the way, I know people handle baby geckos like as soon as they get them. I do suggest that you give them 2 weeks to just get used to everything in their new enclosure and to just let them hang out and get comfortable. And that will help you have a less chance of them dropping their tail as well. Oh, he just pooped on my bed. Thanks, buddy. It's okay. That's what happens. You see, that's what happens, Mommy, when you wake me up from my nap. I poop. I'll poop on you. Yep, he's still pooping. Look at that. Now I gotta clean my bed. Thank you. Nasty. Wash my hands. Yeah, I know. You think you're silly. Okay. FASSounds. So what I'm showing you here is my crested gecko terrarium cleaning routine, and this is where I go in and I clean the front glass of my terrariums. Sometimes I will clean the sides of my terrariums if they are looking a little messy, but neither of my geckos really poop or pee on the sides of the, or even the back of the enclosure. They just want to pee and poop on the front glass, of course, the one that we look through. And it can get kind of stinky. I have two boys, so they definitely mark and scent their enclosures, so definitely it can get a little stinky. So I like to do this once a week to make sure that the glass is kept clean and fresh so that they can do whatever they want and everybody's happy. Because I do not like the smell of dirty boys. It is stinky. So what I do is I use a little bit of white vinegar and I put it in lukewarm water and then add a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. And then I will use paper towels. I will only dip it into the mixture once so that we're not cross-contaminating and so that I am not having to remake the mixture for every enclosure that I'm doing. And what I do is I will dampen the paper towel and I will wipe down the inside and the outside of the enclosure doors. You don't have to wipe the outside down if you don't want to, but if you are going to, please don't use Windex. Please use the same mixture to clean anything in your enclosures. You don't want to be using some household chemicals to clean your enclosures is what I'm saying. And then so after I'm done wiping it down with the vinegar and the little bit of mixture of alcohol, I will go in with wet paper towels twice and wipe down. As you see here, I'm just wiping it down, making sure that I get any remnants of the cleaning mixture off of the glass and making sure it is nice and dry so that there's no bacteria built up. Okay guys, so that is my new crested gecko, Spyro, and that is all I really have to say to you guys for this week. I do apologize, I'm still posting like frantically, fanatically, like all over the place. It really just depends on my mood, how I'm feeling, and lately, as you can tell, I've been stressed because my Pacman frog has been really sick, and I've just been really trying to focus on making sure like he's gonna be healthy and everything's gonna be good. So with that said, please comment down below what you would like to see. I'm having a hard time like just like thinking of content to create for you guys, just because I don't want to like do like the same things over and over again. But it is more helpful when you guys are like, hey Jen, can I see this? Hey Jen, can you make a video about that? That's way easier for me to be like, okay, people are gonna watch this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year. I think that's a pretty attainable goal. So if you guys can help me out with that, that would be super great and I would really appreciate it. As always, I have my social media links in the description below, as well as my Tarantula Cribs affiliate link if you are ever looking to purchase any of their enclosures or merchandise. Please use my code CRYBABY10 to help support my channel. It is at no cost to you, so I greatly appreciate it. So with that said, I will see you guys next week and hopefully with some good news about Merlin. But tomorrow I'm gonna be doing his aloe. I'll be applying aloe vera to the bottom of him, so hopefully that'll be even better for him. So yeah, bye.